Insights on Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda, brought to you by InstaRead. If a swami clad in ochre robes told you to forsake your family and study yoga to achieve eternal enlightenment, would you do it? In Autobiography of a Yogi, 1946, Indian monk and guru Paramahansa Yogananda describes the spiritual path that led him to leave India for the United States to spread the practice of Kriya Yoga in the early 20th century. Kriya Yoga centers primarily on meditation, with the goal of using the breath to achieve unity between mind, body, and spirit. Yogananda knew from the time he was a child that he wanted to follow a sacred path. He believed he was destined to spread Hindu principles for achieving spiritual unity throughout Western countries, where Eastern philosophy was not yet well known. Yogananda's autobiography provides a look at the early influences that shaped his future practice as a guru, as well as first-hand descriptions of the miracles he either witnessed or performed throughout his quest to become a swami, or Hindu religious leader. Born in 1893 in Gorakhpur, India, Yogananda was originally known as Mukundalal Ghosh. From his earliest moments, Yogananda showed profound proclivity for spiritual pursuits. He claimed to remember previous life as a yogi living in the Himalayas, an experience apparently common to yogis who remain either partially or fully aware of their previous incarnations. He also gravitated instantly to a picture his devout Hindu parents kept of their guru, Lahiri Mahasaya, who had died shortly before Yogananda was born. When Yogananda turned 8 years old, he unexpectedly came down with Asiatic cholera, a disease which could have killed him. His mother implored him to bow mentally to the picture of Mahasaya that the family owned, because he was too weak to physically do so. Once he did, he was surrounded by a blinding light and healed of his sickness. 3 years later, Yogananda awoke to see his mother in the room where he and his father were sleeping. Her appearance should have been impossible, since she was attending a wedding in another town. The apparition told Yogananda that his mother was dying, and he would need to take the next train with his father if they wanted to see her before she passed. Unfortunately, Yogananda was not able to say goodbye to his mother, but he did receive a message from the Divine Mother. The Divine Mother assured him that he would be provided for. From that moment on, Yogananda began to feel drawn to the Himalayas. He tried to run away to explore that region and find a guru, but he was still a child. His older brother was easily able to track him down. After another attempt to run away, his brother took him aside and gave him a letter and package Yogananda's mother left behind for him before she died. The package contained an amulet with Sanskrit writing, and the letter explained that the amulet had been entrusted to her by a divine being. The spirit implored Yogananda's mother to leave instructions with her eldest son, saying that the amulet should be given to Yogananda when he was ready to seek out his relationship with God. As Yogananda continued to grow in his faith, he started seeking out more and more spiritual gurus who could provide him with wisdom and insight. He also started seeing visions of a particular yogi's face. He knew this yogi would one day turn out to be his guru. At 17, he finally met this guru, Yukteswar Giri, and found out that Giri lived in a town not far from his own hometown. Giri told Yogananda that he should return home to his family and that he would see his new protege in 28 days. While Yogananda did not want to return home, he did eventually fulfill his guru's prophecy and go back to his family, who were then living in Calcutta. At the behest of Giri, he also sought after higher education, though he did not put much effort into his studies, believing his religious practices to be more important. Despite his lack of consistent studying, Yogananda managed to graduate with a bachelor's degree from Serampore College, a feat he credited largely to divine intervention. He also was able to convince his guru to name him a swami, meaning that he had finally attained enough spiritual enlightenment to teach others. The ritual was performed by Giri. Once he gained the swami title, he stopped using his birth name and called himself Yogananda, which means bliss through divine union. A few years after graduating, Yogananda started a yoga school for boys in Ranchi, India. In addition to teaching yoga, those schools also conducted classes outdoors so that students could be more at one with nature. Finally, Yogananda got his opportunity to share his ideas on the benefits of yoga in the United States. He was invited to serve as a representative from India for an international congress of religious liberals in America. The event, which was held in Boston, gave him the opportunity to come to the United States and stay in the country for a couple of decades. While there, he started several monastic communities dedicated to Kriya yoga. His efforts to spread yoga to Western countries eventually netted him the title Paramahansa, indicating that he had achieved full spiritual enlightenment. By bringing yoga to other countries, Yogananda was able to spread peace and help countless people find better harmony between their physical, mental, and spiritual needs. We hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit instaread.co to get more insights from this and thousands of other books.